November 5th, 1965, I was born. That's my certificate of birth registration. It's a birth certificate. And on page 7 of the Find Your Why Now book, allow me to read a statement that guarantees you. How many of you want a guarantee about your life? A guarantee. Excellent. I'm glad you asked. On page 7, under lesson number 1, did life ever teach you a lesson? Because, I learned a lesson. That's why this international bestseller, 10 life lessons on how to find your why someday, who knows, whenever, see what happens, try to figure it out. No, now. When? Now. 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 You could tell Michelle's a good coaching student, winning in life now. Your birth certificate, AKA, which stands for also known as, your certificate of life, gives you the right to achieve your dreams. From the what, John? The moment of your birth, you are destined for massive success, monumental prosperity, and an incredible amount of unbelievable results in your life. But you control the chances of when or how or if that will happen. I guarantee each and every one of you in this room, there's 2 things I know about you. You have one of these, and you're here. That's all I know. I don't know anything that your negative, dysfunctional family told you. Does anyone have a dysfunctional family? See, the word family in Italian means dysfunctional. Same in Jewish, right, Liz? That's awesome. So let me share you my story. All I can do is tell you the truth, because the center of the word truth is you, and you have a story, and you also have truth about you. I was born 1965, 8:35 a.m., room 404. This November 5th, now let me continue with my story, and then I'll tell you about this November 5th coming up. I was born 8:35 a.m., room 404, November 5th, 1965. 4 years later. How many years later, John? 4 years later. I was taken to the hospital by my dad, right? And Mom. He's back there going, oh, yeah. He's got the accent from New York. I don't. And, by the way, you sound who you associate with. You sound exactly like who you associate with. Success is an accent. It's one of my, I have 264 CDs. Barbara's already prepared. You said, I'm ready for you, right? I'm ready. This is an act. Barbara's already got her investment form filled out, ready to take action at the table. Because not to shock you, as you can imagine, I'll be making an incredible offer today. That's an action taker. 1965, 8:35, room 404. My parents took me to the hospital. They came out, the doctors came out after I had to put these big earmuffs on, the kind of ones that like Joe the DJ has on, and Sandra and Matt and all the guys in the back when we got the earmuffs on. For 30 minutes, they put me behind closed doors, just me and my dream. And every time I heard in my ears, I had to tap the table. They came out 30 minutes later and said, Mr. and Mrs. Lemme, your son doesn't have a hearing challenge. He's not deaf. He's got a speech challenge. He's going to become a stutterer. He's going to become speech challenged. Don't expect him to speak, correct? Don't expect him to speak. It's not possible. Ah! You can't shut me up today. Why? Why? Overcame a speech impediment, demolished a speech impediment, hit it with a sledgehammer. Here's what occurred, March 15th, 1990. And I always show social proof. This is my actual day planner from March 15th, 1990. I'll have it back at the decision table when I conclude my message. March 15th, 1990, I walked into a seminar room of about 15 people. There was a young lady speaking, and she went through a presentation. He says, today, even if you choose not to join the business, if you have any goals and dreams in your life, I suggest you go out and purchase the book Think and Grow Rich. So I took the suggestion to heart. I went out and purchased the book thinking this is my actual book. In 1990, which the economy was exactly the same as it is today. In March of 1990, I went out, purchased the book, and I started to reprogram my mind. There was no computers back then. There was no multitasking. There was no E-phone, iPhone, J-phone, hero, no hero. There was nothing. There was dreams. I started to read the book. I started to reprogram my mind. over 6.5 years later, that's 4 R's with my New York accent. Because, by the way, I was also told by a professional speaking bureau 9.5 years ago that I would never make it professionally speaking. Because I have a New York accent, I look too much like the mafia, they're not going to accept you in the speaking world. No, that's true. Ask my dad, ask my wife, ask my business partner, Dan. He will tell you. And I say that because when you focus on changing people's life, your life will change. From 1990 to 1996, I got totally immersed in self-development. Start to listen to cassettes. You may even hear me say a blooper when I go through my presentation about cassettes. I listen to cassettes, start to reprogram mind over and over and over. I didn't take one day off from my dream. See, multitasking allows you to take a day off from your dream. 6.5 years, affirmations out loud by the Hudson River. We talked about yesterday, right by the Hudson River, by the Scarborough train station in Ossining. Say my affirmations: I am a champion, I am focused, I'm an international motivational speaker, I'm changing people's lives. Not let me ask some psychotherapist, psychoanalyst to give me drugs. No. I believe in the impossible. You must believe in the impossible for you. You can't skate on by anymore. What happens? You ever see a rock go across a pond? That's what people do. Well, one day I'll listen to Nancy Matthews, then I'll skip 4 days, and then I'll listen to Michelle a little bit, and then, no, not that Lemme, because he really makes me face my fear. Then guess what? That rock falls down in the river, and you're gone. Flip it forward now to the year 2009, 19 years after I walked into an event like this. I've now authored 6 books, 10 Life Lessons, How to Find Your Why Now. This is the 3rd publication of it. Champions Are Born, Losers Are Made book, which is back there. 17 Strategies on how to Close Every Sale Guaranteed. This is 24 CDs, 24 DVDs, 260 hours of material. Actually, there's a blooper there. This is the 10 Life Lessons on How to Find Your Why Now. I taped the full recording here in South Florida. There's over 260 hours of material just here, and this isn't even my full library. I produce a new CD and new DVD each and every month. I wish I could do 4 a month because I can't stop wisdom from coming out of me. Because I made a decision. I made a what, John? A decision not to listen to anyone but my dream. I want you to really understand that. Who are you listening to? Everybody told me, even my dad will tell you that my mom sent my best friend, like we talked when they were doing an example yesterday about your high school friend. I don't talk to him. He's jealous, insecure. He sat down with me to tell me, don't people think you're crazy going to these events? You got these cassettes playing all night long. Is there anyone that knows auto reverse play on a cassette player? I'm showing my age. It would go over and over and over and over. And what's exciting is these are my first cassette tapes. So for those of you, I don't know if Lemme was speaking for 9.5 years. That's fine. Don't believe me. These are cassette tapes from the year 2000. Find Your Why, original cassette tape. Now there's obviously 20 CD, DVD set, books, seminars, the whole process. Why am I saying that? Because it proves a point. All I have is what you have, is the birth certificate. The difference, though, is I made a decision to follow through and persevere and persist no matter what anybody told me. It's so powerful to truly understand that.